Welcome back to AG Chelsea TV. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Chelsea Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Christopher Nkunku set for extended layoff as Chelsea confirm knee surgery. Chelsea will be without Christopher Nkunku for the opening months of the new Premier League season after he suffered a knee injury in the club's final pre-season friendly. The summer signing from RB Leipzig played just over 20 minutes against Borussia Dortmund last Thursday in Chicago before being forced off after catching his studs in the turf. With mudryk coming on as his replacement, Mauricio Pochettino was not able to confirm the extent of the problem afterwards but hoped it would be nothing big, but unfortunately the injury is worse than originally feared. Nkunku, who was plagued by injuries last season, has required surgery on the issue and is set to be out of action for months rather than weeks. A statement from the club on Tuesday read, "Nkunku has sustained a knee injury which will rule the forward out for an extended period. The 25-year-old has undergone an operation and will now begin a rehabilitation program with the club's medical department." While Chelsea did not put a time frame on Nkunku's return, the Times are reporting that he is expected to be out of action for 3 months. After damaging the meniscus in his knee, a layoff of that length will mean Nkunku will be targeting a return to action at the back end of November following the international break, with Chelsea visiting Newcastle on November 25th. Even that may come too soon, though, with the Telegraph claiming he will be sidelined for 16 weeks and is unlikely to play again before December. Nkunku tore his knee ligaments on the eve of last year's World Cup, forcing him to miss the tournament, and then suffered further issues following his return to action in February. Despite his lack of consistent game time in the second half of the campaign, he still netted 16 goals and finished as the Bundesliga's joint top scorer. Nkunku's injury weakens Pochettino's already limited options up front even further. Chelsea fans fume at referee appointment for Liverpool Clash after petition to ban him. Chelsea supporters have been left fuming by Anthony Taylor's appointment to referee their Premier League opener on Sunday. Mauricio Pochettino's side were already in store for a tough afternoon against Liverpool, and fans' rocky history with Taylor, which includes a petition to ban him from Blues games, has convinced many that it may not be their day. One furious Chelsea supporter started the petition in August last year. Since then, it has staggeringly amassed more than 160,000 signatures following a string of decisions which left the Blues feeling hard done by. Taylor's most controversial moments while officiating Chelsea games include a questionable sending-off issued to Mateo Kovacic in the FA Cup final, and a stamp on Cesar Azpilicueta by Tottenham's Giovanni Lo Celso, which went unpunished. A social media frenzy ensued when it emerged that Taylor will be the man in the middle on Sunday, when Pochettino will look to get his Chelsea reign off to the perfect start. Both Chelsea and Liverpool have made significant squad changes so far this summer in an attempt to break back into the top 4. Jurgen Klopp's side wound up 5th in 2022-23, while the Blues spluttered to a humbling 12th place finish. Chelsea fans were already wounded when the news of Taylor's appointment broke on Tuesday. £12 million player who Chelsea staff really like is now leaving on loan. Gabriel Slonina is now set to leave Chelsea on loan for the 2023-24 campaign after the Blues agreed a deal with Casadei. That is according to Fabrizio Romano. So, what is the latest on Gabriel Slonina at Chelsea? Let's take a look. Well, the 19-year-old was involved in Chelsea's tour of the United States this summer, and Mauricio Pochettino even handed him a start as the Blues defeated Fulham 2-0. Now, however, after the arrival of Robert Sanchez, Chelsea have decided to loan Slonina out. Romano believes the United States international will sign for Casadei at some point today, Tuesday. He has already agreed personal terms with the Belgian side, and final details are being sorted right now. Chelsea paid £12 million to sign Slonina from Chicago Fire back in August 2022, and the teenager has gone on to make 8 appearances for the under-21 side at Stamford Bridge. The Illinois-born glovesman is yet to make a competitive senior appearance for Chelsea. However, in our view, this is not a loan where Chelsea fans should never expect to see the player back at Stamford Bridge, as we've experienced in the past with names such as Baba Rahman, Ethan Ampadu, and so on. According to Romano once again, Chelsea staff really like Slonina, and are happy with his progress in West London. The reliable Italian journalist told Court Offside, the Chelsea coaching staff are very happy with young keeper Gabriel Slonina, but he seems likely to be loaned out. He's a very talented, hard-working boy, but he's still only 19 and so experience will be important for him. From what I understand, there is a very advanced negotiation with Belgian club Eupen for him to go there on loan for 1 season. They are the favourites, but let's see if other clubs enter the race. Hopefully, Slonina can make a name for himself in Belgium and return to Chelsea ready to compete against Kepa Arrizabalaga, as well as Sanchez. Chelsea drop Leicester City transfer hint amid Cesare Casadei chase. Chelsea have provided a Leicester City transfer hint over the future of Cesare Casadei. The 20-year-old is understood to be a lone target for City boss Enzo Maresca, with Leicester already making moves to sign the midfielder on loan. Maresca is pushing for the deal, according to multiple reports, as he views the young Italian as someone who can be a key player for his squad. He could now have been handed a big boost in his pursuit of the Chelsea youngster. That's because Chelsea have confirmed their squad numbers ahead of the 2023-24 season, and there is no place for Cassidy on the list. That's despite the likes of fellow youngsters Mason Burstow, Lucas Bergstrom, Eddie Beach, and Lewis Hall all being included. Speaking last month when Chelsea were in the United States, Pochettino said, "All of the young guys, like Andre, Santos, or Angelo, Gabriel, also Leslie, Ugaku, Cassidy, all young guys, we are going to decide when we arrive in London. No one we can say is going to be in the squad, but no one we can say is not going to be in the squad. When we finish the tour, we are going to sit. We are already working with the sporting directors, with Paul and Lawrence, sharing ideas, and we can see how we define the squad. They have the possibility, maybe they go on loan. At the moment, nothing is closed. We've not had an acceptable offer." Brighton Chief speaks out on Moises Caicedo's future. Chelsea have seen 3 bids rejected for Caicedo as Brighton hold firm on their £100 million plus valuation of the defensive midfielder. The Seagulls have also turned down a rival offer from a mystery club that is said to be worth more than the Blues' latest bid, which was worth £80 million. Caicedo has long been linked with a transfer, with Arsenal seeing multiple, huge offers turned down in January. Though the player signed a new 4-year deal to stay at the Amex in March, it is no secret that he fancies a move to Stamford Bridge. On Monday, it was reported that the 21-year-old missed training in an attempt to force his club into selling him ahead of their Premier League opening game against Luton Town on Saturday. But Weir is adamant that the Ecuador international will not be going anywhere unless someone wants to pay their asking price, telling Sky Sports, "We've not had an acceptable offer for Moises, so it's really clear for us, Moises is our player. He's under contract. He's been fantastic for us in terms of what he's done on the pitch. He's been a big part of our success, and that remains the case. There really is nothing to report on that. There has been a lot of information in the media. There has been a lot of talk, but from our perspective, we would really love Moises to be here longer. But we're also realistic of what the marketplace looks like. But until something happens, it's worked for us as a club, and that will remain the case. I think everyone's clear on that, and we're relaxed about that." Brighton have had great success with their transfer policy, only selling their best players for the right price and when a suitable replace has been identified and signed. Chelsea, ready to bamboozle Barcelona and Arsenal with last-minute bid. Chelsea are reportedly considering a last-minute hijack of Barcelona's move for Real Valladolid right-back Ivan Fresneda, who has previously been linked with Arsenal. The Catalans have been the favourites to seal a deal for the 18-year-old for some time, but negotiations have allegedly come to a standstill, which could open the door for rival offers. As previously reported by Football 365, Arsenal strongly considered signing Fresneda, but Mikel Arteta ultimately opted to bring in Jurrien Timber, as he was considered to be a more established option. Fresneda is still considered to be one of the most promising young fullbacks in Europe, though, so it would be a major coup if Chelsea can get a deal over the line. According to Spanish outlet AS, Chelsea is a serious option for Fresneda, with the London club ready to make an offer for him in the next few days. That will only be possible if Barcelona do fail to bring him in, though. The defender secured his spot in the Real Valladolid first team last season, making 22 La Liga appearances. His performances have evidently caught the attention of several top European clubs. As per the report, Barcelona have made an offer of €10 million plus €5 million, £8.6 million plus £4.3 million, for Fresneda. This has fallen short of Valladolid's expectations, and they are waiting for an improved bid. If that fails to arrive, Chelsea could make their own offer for Fresneda, and his price tag isn't expected to be a problem for them. Mauricio Pochettino has already brought in some exciting players this summer, as he looks to help the Blues bounce back from a dismal 2022-23 campaign. Christopher Nkunku, Nicolas Jackson, Axel Disasi, and Robert Sanchez are 4 solid additions, for example. Pochettino also seems to be focusing on signing young talents too, though, with Angelo, 18, and Leslie Ugartew, 19, joining Chelsea. With that in mind, a move for Fresneda would fit with Pochettino's transfer strategy. There is no guarantee that the Spaniard would agree to sign for the Blues, though it's no secret that Fresneda wants to play first-team football and Chelsea already have Reece James and Malo Gusto who can play as right-backs. As a result, he could find it difficult to break into Pochettino's starting 11, and Chelsea may even consider loaning him out if they do beat Barcelona to his signature. Nevertheless, with Chelsea ready to make a bid for the defender, Fresneda is certainly a player for Blues fans to keep an eye on over the next few days. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.